they keep calling it Preston, but then they also acknowledge like I keep fucking myself up because that just says P7ETON.
Welcome to the podcast where we talk about anything and everything that comes out of the crapshoot. I'm your host, JD. This is my co-host,
Preston.
James. I call him James. Everyone else calls him Jimmy. It just works like that.
It's been interesting.
A lot of things have happened this week, James.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, a couple of things, I guess. I only wrote down one thing, but I remember.
I have one. I
remember remembering to write down about more things, but then not actually doing it. So, the Payday 3 technical beta is out this week. That's pretty cool. I was actually playing some just a little bit earlier. Did you see that, James?
I did.
It was very, very good. Very fun. I'm a little bit sad because I can't run the game like fully well, like 100% well, as fast as I would like.
You can't 100% the game.
Yeah, I put it on low settings and I still get like 40 frames. But I mean, still fun to play. It's playable. So there you go. But maybe they'll smooth out some of that in later updates. Not sure. Anyway, James, what have you been up to?
I binged. I think I might have talked about this last week, but I binged the One Piece Netflix series.
The One Piece, is it real, James?
I mean,
was the One Piece real?
Says it's real at the beginning of the show.
Okay, where is it? What does it look like?
He's like, my treasure, yeah.
My treasure.
And then Garp is like, holy fucking hell, mate! What is it?
You have to go behind the grand line, and you'll get my money.
I know what that means now. The grand line, the deep blue.
Yeah, the deep
Sanji.
line. The grand blue line.
Luffy, as I always call them.
Yeah, Luffy. Yeah.
Gina. Not even attempting her name because I can't remember it. Rami? Is it Rami? Is her name Rami?
Yeah, it's yeah. Yeah, it's Rami.
I know
it's Rami and it's Rufy and then it's Rango.
It's Rufy. Rufy feels like it might be racist to say.
Rufy?
Yeah, because it feels like you're doing the fucking stereotypical white guy does Asian person accent where they replace all the L's with R's.
Oh, I just thought it sounded like a dog name.
It does sound like a dog name though, but when we're talking about the original one being Luffy,
I get it, James. I know in your messed up mind. It might be wrong
for me to say.
In your messed up mind, everything is racist or whatever, but sometimes you just gotta. Sometimes you gotta accept it, man.
So speaking of racist, dunk tanks are racist. By the way, did you know that?
I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what a dunk tank is?
Dunk tank?
Yeah.
Dunk like as in like what you do to a basketball and then... Oh, okay.
No. So like a giant thing of water, a person sits on a seat and then you throw balls at a button and once you hit the button, it activates like a pressure thing that then like knocks the seat over and knocks the person into it.
Yeah. What about them?
You never heard of those?
I've heard of them. I know them. I just don't know what they were called.
They're racist in origin.
Yeah, and they're racist now?
Still kind of. I mean, in like I think 19.
Oh, hey man, if it ruins dunk tanks for you, I'm totally
this game
cool
sounds a little bit too racist. Maybe we should change it up.
Yeah, I think you're just crazy, James. I think you're projecting.
Not really. A crazy person would be a bald British man yelling about pronouns in a video game.
Oh, the Starfield thing?
The Starfield thing. I know I'm bouncing.
I heard about it once, but I didn't hear it from the bald man. I heard it from Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah, what Dr. Disrespect? I think I remember I saw a clip of it. Dr. Disrespect's like, "Wow, really?" or some shit like that. I can't remember. I tune him out anytime I ever fucking see him. It's so annoying.
I accidentally clicked on one of the videos you sent me.
Oh, which one did you click on?
The first one.
The
not
Starfield
the FNAF one though. Yeah, the first Starfield one.
The one that's sped up.
Yeah. I can't understand.
This isn't even the full rant, by the way. This is sped up. It's 1 minute and 56 seconds, and it's not even the full thing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you can get hung up about whatever. I don't really care what you get hung up about.
Well,
This guy gets hung up
the
about
thing is,
pronouns. You get hung about how everything's racist. I mean, sometimes life is just like
I
that,
mean, I
man.
was making a joke, but
No,
him,
I know it's not a
he
joke,
isn't.
James. I know you. I know you're real. I know you.
But the problem is, because I've played Starfield now, JD, I know what
Yeah,
he's talking about.
I don't know
It's
what
a
he's
thing I
talking
didn't
about.
even notice.
I
I
don't know what he's talking
genuinely
about.
didn't. I didn't realize what it was because I was gonna click OK next, and then I realized, oh, it has a pronoun option.
I'm pretty sure
Because
most
it's a
people just
thing.
skip over it anyway. I don't think I would have
Yeah,
noticed either.
it's a thing in the name menu, and you have to go out of your way to look for what button to change it. It's not like something you can go click on. It's like it's there, and it looks like it's just part of like the right rest of the text. It doesn't even make you
Yeah,
don't even realize it's there at first.
yeah.
And it's such a nothing thing, and this guy like loses. He's fucking screaming the word pro. The second video I sent you is a counter of
Yeah.
him saying of how many times he uses a
Well,
pronoun during the
why
video.
is he so angry at it?
Because white men are fragile,
Yeah.
and white straight conservative
Yeah, I don't
men
like how you're
are
insulting me, man. Me
extremely
and my
fragile.
race. I don't like how you're insulting that.
Well, your race can go suck your dick. I mean,
Whoa,
no, no,
that's
poor
kind of messed up,
you.
James. That is whoa.
This is
Like
really fucked if
knowing that
people
I'm
don't
not
think we're
white.
talking. This is really fucked if people don't think we're talking about the joke sense of where I always call you white.
Yeah,
I
by the
just
way,
realized after I said it. That's going to
uh,
be added to the eventual James's racist compilation.
James's unironically racist compilation. Yeah, made by me,
Like
by the way. I'll clip that.
yeah, I know you will. But
That'll be the end of
no,
this year's like highlight reel. It'll just be like the best of Crapshoot 2023, but it's actually just a James racist compilation.
it's not even the 2023 thing. You use
It'll
all of
start. It'll
them.
start with that
It's
one
all of
really bad intro I managed to goat you into saying, and then it'll
the
be
one that
followed by, "Did you know that that dunk tanks are racist?" And then before you say like in origin, I'll just cut it off and just move on to the next clip.
yeah, no, this guy got really upset and he's very fragile about it. And he starts screaming, and there's a very iconic moment where he goes, and he's just like yelling at the top of his lungs the word pronouns. Uh, People
I
have been
think he's just
calling him
messing with them.
dumb.
I think he's just messing around, dude.
JD, you always say this, and I know it's your whole bit is that you're like, it's just a joke. It ain't because it's
Yeah,
this
I
guy's
mean,
doubled down on it,
yeah,
and
you
he
think he's
goes,
unironically screaming out pronouns because he's seriously angry? No, it's just
yes,
a joke. It's
because
a
I
joke.
think much like
It's
Doctor
like what I show
disrespects and
speed
dick
does, you
word.
know, where he just like
It's
he
not though.
overreacts to things, and then maybe his penis falls out of his pants
But,
and right
but
into the
JD,
camera.
this is different than I show dick.
I don't know. This guy kind of looks like a dick. I think it's the kind of the same thing.
I mean, that's just because he's bald.
That's true. I don't want to. You know what? I'm sorry. I'll take that back. I don't want to rag on like
That's just
bald
because he's
people.
bald and his neck is the same width as his
Let's
head.
not
But
let
that's
this
like,
guy ruin all bald people. Ruin all
I mean, he hasn't.
white people. I
Jason
guess.
Statham did that. Uh,
No, Jason Statham put bald people on the map.
30
I'm just saying.
seconds.
He put bald people on the map. I'm just saying he popularized it.
POV, I asked Jason Statham how long he thinks the guy
How many
ranted
people do
about
you
Starfield
think
having
went
pronouns.
bald?
30
Went bald.
seconds.
How many people do you think went bald but didn't need to go bald because of Jason Statham? More than one?
Jason Statham still hasn't fully gone bald yet. I think he still has hair.
No, I'm pretty sure he's
I think
bald.
he's still holding out hope.
He's got like it's just that sometimes when you go bald,
right? I forgot it. He's balding.
yeah,
forgot.
but sometimes when you shave your head
balding, but
bald,
still
you
has
still
hair.
like grow out a little bit of stubble if you don't like shave it regularly
Yeah,
too
he
much.
keeps-
And that's what
he
it
keeps
that's
the
what that
stubble.
is.
He
Yeah.
keeps the stubble, but you can tell he's balding now, so he can never grow it back.
Yeah, it's just like that. That's it.
But no, this man I think chooses to be bald because it looks like the sides of his head are still like pale. You know,
Maybe. I don't know.
just kind of. I'm just
The
guessing.
videos
from,
you
like,
sent me
what
were
the
kind of
video
low
looked like.
quality. I'm guessing they were
Yeah,
low
I mean-
quality when you saw them, and it's even low quality because it's been compressed and sent through Discord.
I mean, it's also because
You know,
it's
I
not
love
a full
nothing more.
screen of his camera when he's doing these rants. I'm pretty sure. I think these are cropped images of his little camera.
yeah.
No, never mind. He does go full screen. By the way, it is so funny that this guy's yelling about pronouns and he has Transformer toys behind him. Comically known for one of the toys specifically being the transgender Transformer.
I mean, this is just your average Transformer fan.
It's
just-
not.
I mean, I if I seem to remember correctly, I know you're a Transformer fan. I know that one dude
I
who
don't love my
threatened the police
Transformers.
with a bunch of guns, like shoot. I don't know what he was doing actually. He shot.
I told
He was
my
like
dad
threatening to
about
shoot
that.
the president or something. Was that what it is? And
Yeah,
he had a bunch
he
of
threatened to
guns,
shoot the president
and
and the
he had a
vice
box of
president.
like Transformers up on the his top shelf closet, which
Several
were actually pretty
boxes
rare.
of very expensive
Yeah, very
Transformers.
expensive, very expensive Transformer figures. And now this guy who's ranting about Starfield and he's got Transformers. I mean, there's just a connection here, you know?
I mean,
They're
I'm
all
just saying, JD,
balding, they're all
I'm look,
mad, they're all white.
hey, I'm not balding.
Sorry?
Don't you say it to me.
I like I'm making fun of him for balding, but I'm pretty sure my hairline's not been doing too great recently.
I mean, you've got like when you grow your hair out, it gets fucking huge.
Well, I mean, my hair is in general, it's like fine. Like it's the Asian hair where it's thick and
JD, are you
black, I
telling me
guess.
you're balding?
I don't think so. I think I'm just getting old,
Are we
James. I'm getting old.
are we gonna are we gonna be like the epic rap battles of history guys who went bald like the moment they turned 22?
Well, I mean, I'm definitely not. I don't think I'll be bald by the time I'm 22 because I'm not
You
bald.
already are.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just don't know it yet.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's not as bad as when someone like looks at me, they immediately think I'm balding or that I'm bald like this guy, you know.
Oh, Payday, I got a notification from Payday 3 after you said that. I thought you played like a soundboard.
What? No. Oh, is it just telling you you're done downloading it?
Yeah, it
Okay.
was so weird though. It was like you were saying like it's not like I get any looks from anybody, and then I heard a noise, and I'm like, did Jenny just soundboard me?
Uh,
Yeah, it's not as bad as if anybody looked at me and they thought I was bald.
yeah. So I mean, some people just get angry about it. I don't know, just let them get
Yeah,
angry about it. They have full
it's.
freedom to do whatever to react however they want to with that
I mean, yeah,
and
sure, and
also be recorded
I will
for it.
judge you for crying like a giant fucking baby over something that literally did not matter,
Sure,
over
you're
something
totally
that
free. You're totally free to judge him about
you
it.
focused on because you knew it was going to be there, not something that
Yeah,
like,
you're totally free to judge him
oh,
about it.
oh my God, I forgot. He continued playing and he later on met like a female character.
Yeah.
And he's like, and she's like, I have something to tell you. And he's like, go on, tell me, you're a man. And he's like screaming that. And I'm like, oh my God.
Hey, listen, James. Okay,
I tried
maybe
downloading this.
sometime in his past he was bamboozled and jump scared, so maybe he's like traumatized from it now.
Dude, he was like,
Wait,
nobody
I
did.
rocked to
He
a
was like
strip
so
club one
aggressive,
time, and
and
he's
she
like,
was like,
"Go on, tell me, you're mad."
she was like talking all calmly. He's like screaming, and like she keeps like talking, and she's like, I'm a clone.
God,
And he's like,
it's funny,
of a
man.
man.
It's just funny, man. You need to grab a copy pasta of this guy, and then when you
I'm gonna
stream
make this man
Starfield,
into a Wojak.
when you stream Starfield, you should do the exact same like.
Oh, JD,
You
that
need
was
to
one of the
rehearse it
skits.
to do the exact
I
same like rant that he does word for word in the British
one of the
accent.
one of the skits was going to be us playing the original Pokemon, and it asked us if we want to be male or female, and I was going to fucking like just recreate this guy's whole rant, but kind of improv a bit.
Yeah,
Male or female?
female. You're actually a male. Both these options have male in it. You see the word?
But no, it was like it's insane because like he gets all fucking upset about it, and she hasn't even like said it yet. She hasn't even like said anything. She's like, I just gotta tell you
Does
something.
she
He's
say
like,
it though?
you're a man.
Does she say it?
She said, yeah. She goes like, I'm a clone of a male.
I
A male, and she like, and the point is, the twist isn't that she's a clone of a male; it's that she's a clone of like a fleet admiral, and that's supposed to be the twist. Is that like she's a clone of an important
Nah,
person?
no one cares about that.
But
Though.
he's like, of a male. This is so preposterous. This has never been done before. And it's like, dude, this is like an actual fucking like a classic trope for media. This is like an old thing. Doctor Who did this back in like the early 2000s.
No,
Spider-Man had
no.
JD, shut the fuck up. Spider-Man had this happen to him back in the 90s in the comics. Like, this is old school trope shit. This isn't new.
It's boomer stuff, man. You just gotta.
It's
Just
the
it
opposite
just needs to be
gender
buried,
clone trope, I think is what it was called or something.
Gender bent clone trope.
Yeah, it's a very commonly done thing. There's a big list of shows and stuff that have done it. It's not a new thing, but because pronouns are being treated as if they were invented a year ago, people are like acting like this shit's new. Because I guess people didn't go to fucking school or anything. Like pronouns were taught to us early on. This is kindergarten shit. First grade, come on.
Yeah, all right, James. You keep thinking that.
I will, because it's true. You keep thinking that. I am. Actively, constantly, it haunts me that nobody realizes
I love that it constantly haunts you. I need people to like on purpose, like be like just like this guy, where they're on purpose ignoring it, and you just get more and more insane until eventually you'll pull out a gun and shoot someone completely unrelated to this, and they get arrested and get sent to prison for like 3-4 years.
You trying to get
and then when you come out, you're bald and you're bald and growing a beard.
Are you trying to get me set up?
Am I fed? Do I act like one? I don't know.
A Fed would only answer.
I don't need to set you up, James. You already do. You already do most of the work for me.
I love you going. I don't need to do anything to set you up. You do this yourself.
Yeah, you do the setup, not me.
In other news, other than grown men crying like Dr. Disrespect and this guy over fucking pronouns in a game that don't really matter, the One Piece live action came out fully, and a lot of people
like the whole season.
Whole season came out fully. I watched it all. It's great. I loved it. I genuinely really loved it.
You loved it just how everyone else loves the what was that one? The Cowboy Bebop live action. Like actually, the Death Note live action?
No, people are genuinely really liking it. Like, it's only positive. Well, not only, but mostly positive feedback.
Yeah. That's good to hear. Usually live action anime things don't end up too well.
No, they don't. And that's why I was so happy when I saw that people were actually very positive in reception to this. Sorry, excuse me, Jesus.
Yeah. Now you got to go talk to every One Piece fan where you're like, yeah, I watched the Netflix live adaptation. Now I'm into it, I think.
Well, and that's the thing.
Be like,
That's the thing.
And they'll be like, oh, that's great. Like, that's great. Just like how a normal, completely normal, sane fan of anything would react like. I'm sure that's exactly what will happen.
And that's the thing. I asked Noah. I was like, Noah, have you watched the live action? Because I know he's a big One Piece fan. And he's like, I've seen 3 episodes. And I'm like, oh no.
The 3-episode rule, you know?
Yeah, 3-episode rule. I think he said he's gonna finish watching it, but I told him when he finishes, just let me know what he thinks because I've been very curious. And
you didn't ask him what he think about the first 3?
No, I was like, I want to hear your full thoughts because I was like, he said he's only at episode 3, and I didn't want to like continue on and be like, oh, what do you think so far? I want to be like, I'll hear you when you finish.
But I mean, you sure?
3-episode rule, I know, but I think he's also going to continue watching it. That's why I said I didn't want to hear what he had to think then.
Oh, I see.
That's why I was like, yeah, I'll wait.
Okay, so you think he's gonna keep watching it?
I think so. I think he'll at least get further in, if not like give it a little bit more of a chance.
Why is the first 3 episodes boring or something? Not too much happening?
No, I thought they were really good. I thought the first episode drew me in like immediately. The actor who plays Luffy, Anaki, he is so energetic and just very lively that he keeps you incredibly interested in the story and whatnot.
Yeah.
I forget most of the other actors' names, minus like maybe their first name sometimes.
You can just call them by their in-game, by their in-universe name. Yeah, in-game, your Xbox gamer tags.
Hacker X-Core or 9, aka Sanji.
Yeah, Rami.
Remy.
Yeah, Rami, and then
what's her fucking name? Is it Rami?
Yeah, it's Rami.
It's not Rami.
It is Rami.
No,
it is Rami. Are you looking it up right now? Don't do that.
I am. I was already looking it up when you said.
Try to guess what it actually is, okay? And I'll tell you right now, it is Rami, but I'm gonna make you think like it isn't.
I think it's close to Rami. I think
it is close to Rami because it is Rami.
No, but like I don't know. I think I thought it started.
Well, let's just move on
first or something. Nami? Is it Nami?
It's Rami.
It's Nami. It's Nami, isn't it? I'm checking. Yeah, it's Nami. You son of a bitch.
Why are you calling me a son of a bitch? You're the one who said Rami first.
No.
Oh, we're doing
But
this again, huh?
yeah, I think it's really great overall. I think a lot of the actors do an incredible job, and then like some just do a really good job and whatnot. I think Inaki is one of those actors who like is borderline their character as well, because I've been getting clips and clips of their interviews and stuff,
Yeah.
and it seems like everybody that's part of the Straw Hat crew acts just like their characters, like in real life.
Nah, maybe Inaki's just really excited because he landed the role and it's cool and everything.
I mean, he's younger than
And
us, by the
usually
way.
he's just a yeah. How old is he? Like 20?
20,
I nailed it.
and everybody else is not 20.
But they're older.
Yeah, they're like in their 30s and 20s.
I see.
I think the Nami actress out of the Straw Hat crew is the oldest.
Oh, really?
She's 30, and I believe everybody else is like 27, 26, and like 25 and stuff.
They're all just boomers anyway.
Yeah, fucking boomies. Uh,
Boomies.
but the guy that plays Buggy, the pirate, the clown pirate guy, is
Yeah.
so good. And I didn't even realize I like recognized him from other shows.
Uh,
Um, there's like so much subtext I wasn't aware of until like I had to look it up afterwards, and like I realized, oh, they've basically confirmed several things that fans have had theories of, but this show confirmed. I was like, oh, that's really cool that they did that.
confirming several fan theories, huh?
Yeah, I think they confirmed that a character that has been implied to be transgender from the original manga and show,
Yeah.
but it was never explicitly shown. They confirmed in this that they basically were by showing during the Gold Roger scene where Gold Roger was being executed. They showed all the characters that we'd meet were like much younger and stuff, and then they showed one character who everybody knows as being this like old buff guy as a young woman, and like we haven't met this
And
character
you
in the
knew
show yet.
that it was him?
No, I didn't know. That's why I was looking it up, and like I realized, oh, this is the young version of Dracul Mihawk. You know, the guy with the fucking big sword and stuff. That's
I
like
don't know. I don't watch One
he
Piece.
talks like this, and he's very suave, and he's got a very nice mustache, and he's got a big hat and coat.
I
And I'm
also
like,
don't know
oh,
what he. I
he's the
also
young
don't know
guy
what he
in the
talks
crowd with
like.
like the insane sideburns that are like fucking sharp as shit. And then I realized in the scene right before that, when they showed the young Shanks, the guy with red hair,
I also
that
don't know
standing
who
in
that
front of
is.
him, he's the guy that gave Luffy the hat.
I still don't know what that is.
I'll kill you.
I haven't seen it. I don't remember when I watched it of anyone except Luffy, and that's about it. I think.
They showed a character, and I was like, oh, who will this lady be? And I was looking it up. I'm like, who is this supposed to be? And they were like, guys, it's been confirmed. It's finally been confirmed. This character's transgender. We won. And I'm like, we won?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Congratulations, James. You won.
Congratulations, boys. We win. I win.
Boys. You mean
No. Female male transition. Boys. He's one of us.
the boys?
The boys. We're back
Part
down.
of the boys?
The boys are back. The boys are back.
Everybody.
Yay. Yeah. But yeah, it was really good, and there was a lot of really great moments I found like behind the scenes stuff of in a video I sent you, Oda, the creator of the One Piece manga, I almost called it a comic.
Yeah, the comic.
Manga,
Yeah, you know,
the comic.
Keep your white man talking there. Yeah, comic.
Manga.
Yeah.
Dude, I've heard so many
mangoes.
people say manga. It's like, ooh. I think my dad had my favorite way of saying it, but I can't remember because he didn't say manga and he didn't say manga. I think he said manga.
That's a pretty good way of saying it.
But
Yeah, you and those mongays, your mongooses.
those mongi. But he was like doing an interview with Inaki, and he was talking about it. He's like, I was watching all these auditions people were sending in, and I just nobody felt right. And then I got to you, and I didn't even get to finish your audition before I thought this is actually Luffy.
This is him. This is him in the real world.
Yeah, and like people keep saying that like kept telling him when he was like getting ready to, they're like, you're actually Luffy. You realize that? Like they're like you're actually insane. You know?
He grabs like both of Inaki's hands. He's like, the Luffy is real.
Dude, that's what I think I commented that on the video I sent you.
Really?
I was like, the Luffy is real. But yeah, like Oda put the hat, like his straw hat, he put on Inaki. He like hugged him and he was like, "You are literally the character I drew come to life."
Oh,
The
very
original
nice.
voice actor slash actress for Luffy, because it's an actress that voiced him,
No.
uh, in Japan. She even gave like she was talking to Inaki and she was like, "You are literally Luffy," and she did the hat thing as well. She gave him the hat, and I think this has been the biggest
Now
like
he has two hats.
yeah, I think he has three. I think he might have kept one from set, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But I think it's so great to watch people so positively react to this and to see like all this behind the scenes stuff of fan. Like purely the people that made this were fans through and through. Every member of cast was a fan. Every crew member
I
was a
prefer the
fan. And
term nerds.
we prefer the term geekoids.
I prefer the term luffy heads.
We prefer the term nerdaggos, but
I prefer the
they
term Rami enjoyers.
we prefer the term Ramiest. But yeah, they was so clear that they're all fans through and through. Like they would literally have a question about something and they would halt production, ask Oda, and get his feedback to make sure they were doing stuff right. Like they were
Hmm.
like, okay, but what about electricity? Does electricity exist right now? Because we know it's supposed to exist way later down, but that's a different kind of electricity, so it's
I
supposed to be like
imagine them
this.
asking Oda and Oda's like, oh shit, I don't know. I maybe
He did say that. He was like, "Oh
really
fuck, I never actually thought about this."
I never
Because
thought about it. I just wrote it
he's
and I
like,
thought it
I've
was
never
so
had to think about
cool.
it because in a manga, anything can look like whatever you want. So you don't have to think about lighting. You don't have to think about neon signs and stuff. It can just be there and nobody questions it. But then when
Mhm.
you're doing production, you have to have like actual light
When you're
bulbs.
production, it's like, well, welcome to the real world.
Yeah, and he was like, yes, electricity can exist, but not in the same way it exists later on. It has to be done differently. And so
Electricity
that
exists,
like
but it's like the bait alpha version of electricity. It's
the
people
cola
flying
verse.
kites up there, and then the lightning zapping the kites, and they go into like they go into the people are batteries, so they like get into the pods and they go to sleep and they end up in the matrix. Anyway,
But
what were
not
you
that
saying? What
yet.
was the question?
It was just very cool to see like all these people are such fans working on it. And
Mhm.
I think, unfortunately, something like the Avatar: The Last Airbender show will have somewhat crew and cast that are fans, but
Uh-huh.
writers not so much.
Oh.
I think that's where it's going to suffer because the literal original creatives left the production and never came back because they were like, we can't take the bullshit anymore with how terrible it's like they kept getting ignored. They kept trying to change stuff so much, and so I think it might be a
I mean,
situation where a lot of things get changed.
yeah, I think it might be a situation where it's just a skill diff. Mhm.
Yeah, that's what the white guy said to everybody else as he got the part of a Native American kid.
Yeah, he's like, I've gamed the system. I've tricked everyone. I'm the
he
alternate.
lifted his hands and did a little
Your
shuffle
skin is
because
not
he.
your own. It's mine now.
Oh no!
Your skin is not your own. It's mine now.
He has to paint
And it
himself.
doesn't matter how many people I have to become. I have to trick as long as I win in the end. Iona Koji, season 1 of Class Reunion.
Um. But yeah, that was really cool to see. And weirdly enough, JD, I've noticed this trend of things happening on TikTok.
Yeah, what's the trend?
Uh, Live streams got weird again.
Oh, they're not the meta is shifted.
The meta has shifted to several different things. Firstly, it's all not all, but it's become like using pre-recorded stuff to live stream.
Oh, yeah. I mean that sounds alright. Like just you can't spend all the effort to actually making it live. You have to,
I mean, yeah, you can't actually do something to make something happen,
yeah,
Uh
it just has to be there and unnatural.
I'm just sending you two clips. I don't know how fast they'll load because it looks like it's loading fast, but I'll describe them for you before we like look at them.
Sure.
One of them is a Trump versus Obama live stream.
Mugshot compilation. Oh, never mind.
And
Yeah.
you'd think before you click on it, you'd think, oh, it's about here. Let me check to make sure they're not playing anything copyrighted.
Okay. You got it.
They are. So don't play it with music
All
or
right.
sound. I mean, but the thing is, what happens in it is one of them can't talk if the other person's winning, and the other person can't talk if the other person's winning.
Mm-hmm.
And what that means is they aren't actually having like a Obama versus Trump debate. They're literally just farming likes or like gifs.
Yeah.
So one person can get up and dance to music and the other person can't, and then the other person has to look upset.
Mm-hmm. That sounds about
And
right.
I've seen this happen in like several different forms. One of them was in Minecraft,
Yeah.
where
I
every
mean,
time
hey,
you
you just
interacted, it
gotta
would activate something where like a certain mob would spawn in, and then they would start fighting, and whoever won got the win and stuff. But it would be about Trump and Obama still.
whoever won got to win.
Yeah, and then another one I've been getting a lot is several different versions of this live stream, uh, which you can turn the thing on for because they're not playing anything copyrighted.
Okay.
But what to explain it, they're plugging in light USB lights into USB ports
Yeah.
and then putting them on a production line.
Uh-huh.
I have several videos of this because it's so confusing. So firstly, everybody looks into this camera and acknowledges that this camera is here, but nothing is done about the camera. They
Yeah, they're just filming themselves, yeah.
they constantly flip their hair around. They do like faces into the camera.
Make
But
it a
they
bit more
never
entertaining,
actually-
you know?
A thing somebody pointed
I
out
think
is
you just
they never
sent me,
actually
like-
check to make sure that the lights are working.
Well, I mean, the lights are working. It's fine. I mean,
Not
you
all
can
of them,
see
Jamie.
it.
Not all of them are working. Some of them never turn on, and they throw them in. They don't discriminate where they go. No matter what, they all go onto the line. And like I said, I have several videos. It all goes down to the end where all those blue buckets are. They pick up those blue buckets, walk them all the way back down to where this guy is, dump him out, and he does it again. And it's just a constant loop of them picking up the same stuff, testing it. Nothing works. Some things work. They put it on the line goes down, gets put in the blue buckets get brought back.
Yeah. And this is pre-recorded?
Re-recorded because there are cuts, there are jump cuts between very different days.
Yeah, I see.
Well, and another thing to point out,
it's just them. I think you just sent me like colorized, like Chinese sweatshop workers.
it is. It's literally gaming the idea of Chinese sweatshop, but they're not actually in a sweatshop doing anything.
Yeah.
It's a sweatshop.
I don't
in
even
the
know what
sense that
those lights are. What are those supposed to be?
You plug them into a USB port and it turns the light on. How?
And that's it? It's just a USB light thing?
And they're just, the whole point is that they're supposed to be checking to make sure they're working, and they rarely ever actually look to see, but it doesn't matter because it all goes in the same pile.
Mhm.
And a thing to point out, notice how the guy in the middle has a very huge set of hair?
Or his hair is like, yeah, it's big.
Everybody was wearing wigs.
They're wearing wigs?
The guy in front was also wearing a giant wig, the same size and the same color, and his wig got snatched off by the quote-unquote boss.
And the boss is wearing a wig too?
No, but there's a third guy that you rarely ever see, and he wears a wig.
That's great.
Okay, I've sent you another video that has the wig and everything, but again, they have these things that they do specifically
Yeah.
that it's like everything, it's all scripted. And no matter what day it is that the video is coming from, it's all following the same script where once the boss walks in between these two guys, firstly, these two guys are constantly staring into the camera, doing faces, flipping their hair, like doing different faces and stuff. And then when the boss gets there, they both look down. This guy keeps looking at the camera. He does some hair flips and stuff. And then every now and then when the boss is there, he'll look at the boss, look back at the camera. The boss will look at him, look away, look at him, look away. And then he'll look at him, pause on the third time, continue staring at him. The guy will look back at the boss and then he'll look away and he'll look all embarrassed. And then he'll just reset. And they'll do it again.
Yeah.
And they do it again. And they do it again.
It just works. Hey, I mean, they get sent those little stickers, which I'm guessing is money?
Yeah, sometimes it's donations. But again, I don't know if they are being sent it. I think the original recorders are being sent it, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it might have been them. I don't know if their thing was just like stolen or something and someone else is just re-uploading. don't know.
Yeah, like,
But
in the
hey,
second
they're
video I sent
gaming
you,
the
you can see
system.
they have the same wigs on. Oh, yeah,
I mean, hey,
sometimes they say
it must work since it's getting views and stuff. I mean, I don't know
it
what
works
kids like.
because it's like it works because most of the people there are going, why aren't you checking the actual lights?
Oh, they're profiting off people like you, James, who just can't let it go.
Yeah.
And you have to like say something or do something.
I mean, I don't give any
even though
money,
you
though. I don't
even though
why.
you know this is all fake and it's not. It's a virtual reality.
I know it's
a
I know
matrix.
it's fake and not real. I'm just like, where does this come from? Because I know it's not from you. I know
You
this
care
isn't
about where
yours.
it comes from.
I'm curious about where it comes from. Like, who's the original poster?
I mean, maybe it's them. Who knows?
It's not. We all know it's not.
Mm,
Uh, Another one is debate live streams. The debate live streams are huge on TikTok.
really?
Actual debates, not just two guys going Donald Trump or Obama. I get
And
up
then
and
start
dance when
dancing.
it's Trump. I get up and dance when it's Obama. It's not. By the way, these two guys do this stream daily for several hours.
It must work.
It works, but God, I do not care for it, and it annoys me every time I see it because it's like, how do I get rid of you?
Well, just don't watch it, James.
I don't, but it's like sometimes when you're scrolling, it'll freeze on a live stream, so you have to wait for it to load to scroll past it.
Hmm.
And so I have to wait and
So
I
you
have to
give them a
see
free
it.
view before
Yeah,
pass on
it
on.
forces you to give them a view. Um, but yeah, sometimes I'll get like debate live streams, and it'll be like, so like a person, it'll just be like, oh yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh duels, where these two guys, they have duel decks and they have elaborate costumes and dialogue, and they play a game of Yu-Gi-Oh as if they're in the show Yu-Gi-Oh.
Hmm.
That's a big one. I
Oh,
always
that's
see that
nice.
one. But debate live streams where it'll just be like a normal topic.
Hmm.
Like, what do you think trans women are real women? Or like just something like along those lines. And it'll be like a group of people having like a normal conversation, and they'll invite another person on, and the person will be the dumbest fucking person ever. And they'll just like they won't make any actual arguments, and they'll be like, well, I saw on Facebook somebody said drag queens, what did it say? And then they'll leave and they'll be muted, and they'll be like, when you leave the app on a live stream, you're muted and we can't hear you talk. And the person's like talking while off it, and they don't realize. And they come
Hmm.
back on, they're in the middle of a thought. They're like still talking when they come back on. And it happens every debate live stream I see. There's always this same like people doing this. And I'm like, you stop leaving the app, because notice how they're constantly telling you when you leave the app, because you can still hear them, but they can't hear you.
Hmm.
It's just people like not being ready for debates as well as a thing,
Well, I mean, I don't
but
know
still
how
really
I don't know
wanting to
how
do
good
debates.
qual. I don't know if you want to go to TikTok to find good quality debates about anything.
I mean, clearly not, since nobody
I
on
mean,
there
I don't
except
know
for
what
the
kids
host
watch these
apparently.
days on live streams, so it's just whatever. I mean, it doesn't seem that interesting to me. I don't know why. Like, if I saw like if any of these live streams videos you sent me of the line of people plugging in USB lights, I'd probably look at it for like a second, and if nothing's changed, I'll just leave it, and never come back.
Well, I get enamored in them because I'm like, where are you going with this? Like, that's why I always like to keep watching, because I'm like,
Was
is
that the
there a
thought
point?
process?
Yeah, because I'm like, is there a point to it? Does it have like an end goal, or is it just literally just this?
I
I
think you're thinking too deep, man.
Yeah, I think I'm giving them too much credit.
I legitimately think there is no point. The only point is they play on a repeat, and then maybe they'll draw on some suckers like you were like, oh, maybe there's something deeper here, and then maybe
Yeah.
they get a couple stickers, and some
I,
money,
I'm
and
I'm
that's
I'm
it.
like, well, it's also I'm curious now of like every time I see like one of those type of live streams, I'm like, is this pre-recorded? And I kind of want to stick around to see. And then it's also like the monk one. I'm still getting the monk one, and I'm like, it gets. I feel like it's still weird every time I click on it, because it's this like it's the account of the white guy, the white monk in this like
I know
monastery
you're
of Asian
experiencing
monks.
some culture shock, but I mean, there are monks in the world. Like
No, I
I hate to tell
understand
you
that.
that, but
I understand that, but it's like every time he does it, it's everything goes by how he reacts to it.
well, it's
Like
because he's the
things
one
don't
recording it.
start
It's just
and yeah, I know, but it's
you're looking
he's
at it
like
from his
very
POV.
he's constantly talking about how it's not his monastery, how he's just staying there for the time,
Yeah, I mean,
and
he's
he's like
probably not
just
lying.
visiting, and it's but everything that happens is by how he dictates it. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why does this guy have so much power if he's a visitor here?
Everything that happens is by he tells people like, "Hey, can you get a cup for me?" And then they're like, "All
Yeah,
right,"
like
and
these kids are
that's
constantly having to
him
follow him around.
dictating
Well,
everything.
not just that. It's also like they weren't starting like that the prayer that they were doing or whatever it was. Because I'm not familiar with their like what their specific religion is or how it works and stuff. But like they were waiting, and like he kept walking around just filming everybody, and everybody was like staring at him, and then they
Well,
close their eyes
maybe
and like
they
focus the
think,
camera on
it's
them.
rude to start a prayer without everyone ready for it, so they're just waiting for him to get ready for it.
I
And
don't
he's
know.
not actually like the boss or whatever. He's just not.
It just,
Dude, I mean,
it's
I
just
think
then when he put the camera in front of like the old man, and like the old man like was staring at him, and then looked at the camera and like nodded his head, and I'm like, wait, what was the build up? What was it? Why did it take so long? What was this?
there is no meaning, James. There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
There is no war in the monk.
There is no war in the monk monastery where the white guy is staying at. There is no
Um,
third cup, James.
yeah, but yeah, it's I don't know. It's just something.
Mm, yeah,
Uh,
something.
I don't know if I've got anything else here. Let me look through my. I usually keep all the things I'm going to talk about on my camera roll as just like pictures or videos of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Well, how about I bring up something real quick while you're
yeah.
thinking then,
Sorry,
huh?
I remember last time you told me you had nothing, so I'm like, I gotta make up for it and get a lot of stuff this time.
That's fine, James. It's fine that you know what? As long as you're here and not, leave. This is probably the
Oh,
first one in like 4 episodes where you've actually been here the entire time.
hey, fuck you, man.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Oh,
Why fuck
yeah.
me?
Sorry. Here,
Am I
hold
the
on,
one who left?
hold on, JD. I have one more live stream thing, and I
Okay.
completely forgot about this.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait, it's this one. God, I hope this sends fast.
Yeah.
Um, it's not a pre-recorded stream, but it's doing like some overlapping on stuff. God, this thing. Hold on, it's almost finished sending. I fucking hate how the new sending method works on Discord.
Is there a new sending method?
Yeah, I noticed it on mobile, but this video, it's of a COD streamer, and it's supposedly a monkey is playing COD.
Oh
Or sorry,
yeah.
not COD. H or not H3 Z1. Fuck, what is it called?
I don't recognize this.
No, it's
Just some random shooter game.
no, it's not a random shooter game. It's I'm trying to remember the name. It's
Is it Battlefield? Is it
PUBG. It's PUBG.
PUBG? Oh, this
Yeah,
is PUBG. Looks a bit
yeah,
different
it's
than I remember
PUBG
looking.
now. This is new
Oh, it's
PUBG.
Chinese.
Yeah, it's Chinese PUBG.
You always stumble across these Chinese live streams, don't you?
It's so common. It's just like all the live streams I see now are this, but like people are like, no way, this is real and stuff. Like while I was sitting there waiting for it before I started like recording and after as well, people were like,
Yeah.
no way. And it's like just this monkey, but it's also
Like,
like very
whoa, this is
clear that the monkey
cool.
isn't playing because like the video loops
Hmm.
of the monkey like messing with this controller, and like the monkey will let go of the controller and like the person still moves around. I'm like, this is kind of clever to do it this way. But it's also really weird because the monitor that you're seeing in the top is not like video of the monitor, it's somebody recording a monitor.
Yeah.
And then it's also that being projected onto the monkey. It's
Yeah.
there's so many layers to it. I don't know. It's so odd to me because of that.
Well, I mean, you just got to know that these live streams were made by AI, and everyone who chats in them are also just AI creations,
I'm
and
an
none of them are
NPC.
real. And all of them are strapped in the Matrix. They've never woken up in their entire lives.
No,
They're
this is
sleeping.
real.
They're sleeping.
These things I feel they're real.
I'm glad you get recommended all these live streams, James. Now it's
I'm
finally
glad I
something
do
for
too.
your Zoomer mind to latch onto. To
Well,
think about.
it's either I do these or it's I get in weird arguments with fucking guys on TikTok.
Yeah, or you get into arguments with random kids on TikTok.
Spider-Man's not bisexual.
You get arguments about that with with topics that that really don't matter.
It really is that, and it's like me going like, "This doesn't affect you though," and the guy's like, "It affects
It doesn't affect
everything."
you either. And it's,
But it's like I was
Uno
like,
reverse
"This is
card on
somebody's
him.
headcanon. This isn't like saying that he is. It's just someone saying I thought they were when I was younger, so I always headcanon them as that." And this guy's like, "Headcanon is just theories," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's what we're saying." And he's like, "You're wrong. You're stupid." It's like, calm down.
Yeah, I mean that's a natural response to a theory or anything. You ever seen like a FNAF video or MatPat's video?
Yeah,
You're
that's my
wrong. You're
reaction to a Map Path
stupid.
video.
God, that's just your average response.
Sorry though. Go on with what you're saying.
Oh, you ever heard of something called Creators League?
I have not. No.
Okay. So the Creators League is this little thing that's been happening where a bunch of creators, like content creators, get together and I believe the concept is they get together and they have their own teams that they make from their audiences, and they compete in like a game, like a video game or something. And whichever team wins in that video game, like gets the most points or whatever, gets some money, like a prize pool. They play for like this money pool, and they get to like reward their audience members with like some cash because they won. And the people in this creators league, you like them. I know you like them. There's class acts like Ms. Kiv, and there's I Show Speed. And there were a couple of them which
it's all the big hitters, huh?
It's well of them which I didn't really recognize. And there's one that I did recognize. He was from the Trash Taste podcast. Sea Dog VA was in there, and I was like, oh, I'm surprised to see him in there. But the actual drama came from Sea Dog like pulled out right when they were about to like do like a live stream, or like in the middle of a live stream, or when they're about to launch their first event or something. And he pulled out because this event had something to do with the blockchain. Is utilizing blockchain technology.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, every time I hear something about Connor, Sea Dog VA, by the way.
Sea Dog VA.
I'm always like, I like this guy.
Yeah, so he pulled out when he pulled out when he heard about it, and I guess that made the whole thing kind of like crash and burn, sort of. So yeah, that's just that thing happened like over the week. But
and people are upset that he pulled out.
I don't think so. No.
Oh, okay.
I think some people were they were fine with him pulling out, but I think they were also telling me he pulled out for not the best reason, because the whole blockchain thing doesn't necessarily mean NFTs, but there were technically NFTs in there.
I mean,
but the way they use NFTs made sense to me.
I mean, the blockchain itself already is enough to just not be involved with it.
I mean, I can see how blockchain technology can be used fine, but right now I don't think it's actually in a good spot
to get people to not go near it.
Explain it to me, James. What is it? It's a good
clear sign of don't go near this thing.
Well, explain it to me. What is it, James?
Yeah, explain it to me then. That's what you sound like.
Do you know what it is?
JD,
or do you just hear it used and then people are like, I don't like this thing, and
I'm a Hassan fan. I don't need to hear anything. I just need to use my liberal mind and be like, scary word.
Well, I mean, either way, there were technically NFTs in there, but they were used in a way where I thought it was fine, probably, to use it that way, where that's like the most practical use of NFTs that I've seen so far, where it was a thing where they have to sell these passes to people to like enter these competitions to like build up those prize pool money for this like video game thing. And you have to buy these passes to enter. And these passes are technically NFTs, like non-fungible tokens, where you have your own unique ID on these passes so that it recognizes that you are you, and you can't use anyone else's passes or like resell them or anything.
So
and that's like the only time where I think
they could have just done it any normal way, but decided to make them NFTs.
Well, I mean, you could sell regular passes, but I guess technically with regular passes, there are ways to get around it where, you can like resell passes or fake passes, I guess. But I guess the whole point with the NFTs is that you can't fake it. I guess that's about it, I think.
Give me a minute. I bet I could figure it out.
I mean, I don't know too much about it.
You give me your phone and I take your phone, and then, I pretend to be you. I've done it. I've broke the system.
I mean, I know that you only think of NFTs as like the drawings that people made and they sell like the drawings.
Well, here's the thing. I think NFT is an original concept in the original concept at least,
Yeah.
and execution were good. I don't think there was any problem with trying to make it what they were. I think they've just been co-opted and used by fucking jackasses so often, and it's no longer about what it originally was. It was
Well,
no
yeah, it's
longer
because
about
it's not regulated. There's no regulations on it.
right.
That's why nobody likes
it
using the
became a way.
blockchain right now.
It became an unfortunate way that fucking dickheads started abusing
That's
the
why
system and whatnot.
every like single scammer in the entire world was like, wait a minute, I've got an idea. And so,
Yeah, it,
so they exploited the blockchain and NFTs, and now everybody hates them because it's just become like that. And I'm
yeah.
pretty
No,
sure that you shouldn't use any of those things
no,
until government regulation steps in, or
no.
some type of regulation
Maybe
steps
even
in.
then, still don't.
Well, even then, I would still wait a
You remember
while.
they were gonna make a fucking NFT cartoon?
I think
Ape
yeah, they did.
Island.
I think they did make one, right?
I
They
yeah, I
made
think
it.
there's like only like 4 episodes though, because the animators quit or some shit because they're like this is terrible. I've seen
Yeah,
a
I don't
little
know.
bit of it. It looks bad.
I think I've just seen the clips I've seen from Charlie's videos about him, and that was a while ago, and I don't
Who
remember him.
who that bought NFTs were even watching it?
I don't know. I don't think anyone who I'm pretty sure at this point the only people left in that space are like either really old people who live under a rock. They've heard NFTs like once, or they saw
And
the Super
Poppy
Bowl
Playtime.
commercial. They saw the Super Bowl commercial where it was like, "This is the
Matt
next big
Damon.
thing. Trust me."
It was Matt Damon. People have been
And then it's just
evolutionizing things
scammers
for
trying to
years.
scam each other. There's scammers trying to scam each other, like in that what was it?
Logan
Like
Paul
Logan Paul
situation.
situation. Yeah, yeah, but I mean, either way, I don't know. Creators League actually, it was like not, it didn't get big at all. Like nobody looked at it. I think.
I literally have heard nothing about it.
Yeah, but there was a bunch of big names in there, and I was surprised that so little people actually know about it.
I mean,
I only know
that's
about
kind
it
of
because the one like channel I
Dog.
watch, the one channel I watch to see all the hip new news about content creators is mentioned it. Yeah.
Hassan mentioned it.
No, somebody named Omni. See, I don't watch white people, James.
You know what? For a moment there, I couldn't tell if you did know Hassan wasn't white or not. I was like, he knows. He knows.
I'm gonna assume that
He knows.
I'm gonna assume
He
that
knows.
Hassan is white because as much as you spout all your crazy stuff
He's
about how
from Turkey.
you think white people should die and
He's from
how
Turkey. He's
all
Turkish.
should burn in hell and you hate white males in particular, I know you just watch exclusively white people. So
You're right. That's why I'm a big Aiden Ross head.
yeah.
I'm a
Did
big
you know that
Sneeko
he's
fan.
Jewish? I don't know if you keep watching it. If you
Aiden
knew that he was
Ross?
Jewish.
Yeah, I was sure he was Jewish. I mean,
sure?
I didn't know.
I didn't think you would watch him anymore if you found out that he was Jewish, but I guess I'm wrong.
Are you trying to plant the idea that I'm anti-Semitic?
Me? No, I don't need to point that out. I don't need to.
You're like, I don't need to plant that. I'm sure I can go back and find some.
I'm not trying to plant it. I'm trying to dig it up, James. I'm trying to dig through the truth to unleash the truth, James.
Uh,
That's going into the compilation.
you know what? Here we go. Here's the segue. I was going to use the NFTs as a way to talk about this cartoon, but here's the segue instead. Let me
New
just find
cartoon
the
just
video.
dropped.
Yeah, PragerU, this group over in Florida who are putting out a bunch of conservative propaganda currently, have released this cartoon. PragerU, Prager.
Mhm.
And this video is one of them, JD. And I've talked to you about this before, I think, where one of them was like, these two kids with blue and pink hair, because blue for boys and pink for women.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, Christopher Columbus, what about slaves? And he's like, what about them? Everybody had slaves at the time. It wasn't a bad thing. It's still not. And it's like, whoa. Can't just do that.
It's funny.
Yeah, and this one, uh-oh, my computer turned off.
Oh.
And this one is them talking to a Russian dissident. And,
Yeah.
and JD, the context is they're talking about a school board meeting.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, I've heard of this back in my
What
homeland.
the hell? I'm watching this video right now and something just
You're on.
popped up. And if that's who I think that is, oh, that is based right
Are
there.
you talking about the
Holy.
voice actor?
No, I'm watching the thing you sent me, and there's a little ghost that floats in. I'm pretty sure, is that Stalin right there? Is that the
Oh my
ghost of
god, I
Stalin?
forgot about the ghost. I forgot about the ghost.
That's the ghost of Stalin right there. I recognize that mustache in my history books.
Oh, and I gotta speed up for Stalin.
Holy
I forgot
crap.
about him. Yeah, that's Stalin. I completely
What
forgot that
the?
he's in it.
It says the title says the video is recently approved in Florida public schools, part 6.
Yeah, this is blasted to the schools and stuff.
Oh, I see. Dude, Florida has
Yeah,
some crazy laws about
it's
that.
yeah, it's one of those great things that come from DeSantis. It's this, and then it's literal like you know how when we go to the movies, they'll have like those influencers do videos.
Yeah, like the TikToks do the movie
Yeah,
quiz,
and they'll be like on a green screen
movie
and they'll like
trivia
green screen
quizzes.
them in.
Hmm.
They do that for PragerU, and it's like them talking to kids, and it's like, "Hey kids, it's me. We're here to talk about critical race theory and how it's not real." And it's like, whoa,
We're talking about the now defunct critical race theory.
yeah. It's like, oh my god. They're like, actually, women should be in the kitchen and don't deserve the rights of men. And it's like,
Oh, that's facts
what the
right there.
fuck?
Holy crap. I need to go to Florida.
It's insane because it's like they're saying that we as
Facts.
people who are left
Facts.
are doing this to the kids. But they literally are making cartoons specifically to do this to kids.
Yeah, you, the left.
This ain't Veggie Tales. This isn't the Magic School Bus. This is propaganda. This is propaganda.
Nah, James, it's just a normal funny cartoon. I don't know what you're talking about.
And Ron DeSantis, classic donkey smile, DeSantis, he's got a little bit of a backing from a certain group of individuals in the video below that, JD.
Yeah.
Let's watch that. Just let me know when you start it.
Yeah, I'll start it. He's filming a sidewalk.
Mm-hmm. Oh, who are these gentlemen? Oh, what's that flag there?
What was that flag? I didn't see it.
Oh, it was just
Go
a little
back and
quick
pause.
second. Yeah. I wonder what symbol that is that they got.
Oh. Oh my.
Oh.
A little bit
the
of
rest of the-
funny symbol right there.
The rest
It's
of
a
the
Nazi
video
symbol. I just have to say it. No, we're on an audio podcast. They won't know what I'm watching.
The
Nazi
rest
symbol.
of the video is a CS:GO clip of a guy getting, I think, a team wipe of a headshot
Well, it's
in Counter Strike.
he gets a 5-man headshot, and 4 of those are through a wall.
Mm-hmm. And the joke here is that he's going to shoot all
Oh,
these
actually, he
Nazis
didn't get
that
a
are on the
headshot.
bridge.
He only got a headshot on one of them, I think.
Mm-hmm. But he killed all of them, nonetheless.
But he killed all of them.
That's the joke because these are Nazis on this bridge. And
Yeah, I mean,
They-
are you sure about that?
I am, JD, because other than the flag...
Are you sure
they
they're not
do-
just trolls, James?
JD, god damn it. There's so many videos I've gotten of these guys that I haven't saved and I meant to, but
So what is that? It's just like the new Nazi party or something?
yeah, well there's several different groups of Nazis within the US currently. These guys are very blatant about it, whereas like
Really?
the Patriot Front guys,
I think they're
the
pretty
guys in
subtle.
I mean, these guys are pretty
I mean, I respect them for being so open about it, you know?
JD. Whoa.
I respect it for just standing out in the open and just holding a flag that has the Nazi symbol on it.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
just
expecting
standing
nothing
there.
to happen.
I don't know what are
Maybe
they
that's why they
expecting to
wear
happen?
maybe that's why they wear their mask because they're so open and proud of themselves.
I mean, they probably wear the mask because it's cool. I think it's cool.
Yeah, man, it looks really cool when they have on the baggy masks and no gloves and with these fucking just long sleeve sweaters.
They all have the same outfit. That's pretty cute. They look like
They look like
Spider-Man.
fucking nerds.
They look like DIY Spider-Man outfits, like before he gets the OG Spider-Man outfit.
Yeah,
It's
they
like his
look like
like
fucking
homemade
nerds.
Spider-Man outfit.
But it's these guys in the Patriot Front, which are the guys with the blue polo shirts and the khaki pants that have like the shields and stuff that march through cities.
Yeah.
Those guys, those are the other group of Nazis that aren't as like branding themselves as Nazis. They're an alternative, group.
Alt left Nazis.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
understand.
no, not alt left because they don't like the left. But these guys are very open about it. They've showed up many times before, and they're very public about it. Police do nothing about them, which I don't fucking know why
Well, I
they
mean, they're
aren't
not. Are they
immediately.
hurting anyone, or they're just standing there, right?
They are antagon. So the people walking past are some of just the examples of people being like, "What the fuck?" But then there are other videos where like these guys are getting in people's faces and yelling shit. Especially their leader, who's this little bald asshole who doesn't wear a mask because he knows he won't get in trouble for flying a Nazi flag, despite the fact that Nazis are literally horrible pieces of shit. You won't get in trouble if you fly the flag because, oh well, I'm just an appreciator of history. Is the fucking excuse?
Is that what they actually say?
It's free speech. It's I'm an appreciator of history and that's why I own the flag. It's shit like that, and it's
Well,
like
yeah, I guess
these
so.
are these are literally people flying a Nazi flag. Why the fuck aren't we arresting them? I don't give a shit if they want to use free speech as their excuse. That is a hate symbol. This is a hate group. They should not be treated like normal.
Well, James, I mean, maybe they just think like I do,
Shoot
and they're just
them
trolling and
on site.
shoot them. Whoa, James, that's
I don't fucking give a
crazy.
shit. They're Nazis. It's
can't
one of
there
my
be
favorite
good
TikToks when
Nazis in the world, James?
it's one of my favorite TikToks is the person that like is mimicking like a conversation. They're like, well, just because you have a difference of opinion, you should still treat a person that you're arguing with respect. And the person said, I don't have to respect a Nazi. I should just kill them. Like that was the whole fucking thing. And yes, I agree. We shouldn't have to respect Nazis because there's nothing to respect. There's nothing about them. This isn't. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck happened to us?
Well, I mean,
Why are we
you're
just
looking at
letting
what's
this
going
happen?
on. Well, I mean, James, little did you realize they're just trolls, James.
They're not,
They're just
JD.
trolls.
No, this is the same
not
group
real.
that was.
There is no
this
Warren
is
Bossing say.
this is the same group that is constantly backing Ron DeSantis. I mean, in an interview they did literally on this bridge during the same day, the bald fucking dickhead was like, "We love Ron DeSantis. We're huge supporters of him. We really greatly enjoy what he's saying, and we support his word every step of the way. We are his army," and shit like that. And it's like just more of the fucking like MAGA heads for Trump type dickheads.
Wow, James, yeah, they got him, man.
Yeah, man.
They got him, man.
I'm
It's a funny
really
little
so
group
fucking
there.
proud of our country for just
Hilarious little group.
being like,
No, I think you should get out, dude. You need to get out of this country,
freedom of
dude.
speech. They should be allowed to do it. I'll fucking kill you. I'll kill you if I ever meet you. I don't
Whoa,
care.
James, listen, you're making the alt left look really bad right now, James. You made
I'm
him
making
sound
the alt-left. I'm not
extremely
fucking alt-left.
violent.
No,
I
JD,
mean,
JD.
dude, these guys are just holding a funny little flag or the funny little thing.
A
They
funny
said
little flag that
and
I'll
they want to
fucking
say
wrap
hello
around
to their
head
funny
and they
little
beat me.
man,
I don't give a shit.
Johnny Santis, and then
Johnny
he's just
Santos
having a
says
little
I throw him
fun.
over that bridge.
And I see them just holding the flag, and you're out here saying, I want to kill all these people. I'm like, whoa, James,
I do.
that's crazy.
I'm sorry, JD. Hot take. I don't like Nazis.
James, you sound kind of like a Nazi. They said during
Are you
1945.
quoting the fucking PragerU video?
They said.
Oh, this reminds me of the old times.
They said, I want to kill all these people, but they were just referring to a different kind of people.
Yeah, JD, hate groups don't get that sort of same treatment. Once you're a part of them, no.
Well, James, it's simple. I just don't join any hate groups, and then boom.
It is that simple. Maybe these guys should have thought about that. Again, if I don't know why these guys aren't being arrested. I don't give a shit if because they're fucking promoting hate speech and shit. They're still yelling in people's fucking faces. There's a literal whole thing about them going out and standing outside of a fucking school and Sikh hailing and shit. Like, these are literal fucking Nazis in America, and nothing is being done about them, and it drives me insane.
I guess so. I think maybe the police are just they're thinking like unless they do something like outrightly
the
violent,
police are fucking bunch of fucking
do
dickheads
something
who
that
don't give a shit because police aren't here to protect anything about the U.S. or people. Police don't give a shit. They're here to protect the government.
Well,
The police are not for the people, no matter how much they want to pretend to be.
That is something that you think.
That's factual. I don't know. They don't have JD. The police don't have to help you. That is true. That is
Well, you're right
100%
there.
true.
They don't have to help me,
Nothing
but they
about
did help
no,
me.
the
So I
police
do like them.
They don't. They don't have any actual ruling to do that. Despite their job's supposed to be a public servant, they're not a public servant. They're a servant of the government. They're here to protect them. They just kind of help us if they want to.
Well, they must have really wanted to help me then. They
can refuse to answer any call for help that they get unless it's from a government official. Like, that's the fucking shit. Like, I'm not making this up. That's a factual statement.
I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I've only had very few.
That's true.
I've only had very few encounters with the police, and all of them have been pretty good. So
I've had positive encounters.
I think with my,
I'm not even basing it off that. I'm basing it off just fucking truth.
I mean, James, if you think so.
I do, because it is. I'm not making this up. This isn't me doing my whole schizo thing. This is a fucking real thing.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I'm probably just gonna assume that anybody, like, whenever these guys preach all their like Nazi stuff to people walking around, I'm assuming like most of the people just ignore them or just don't care about whatever they're saying to them. I know if it was anyone, like if anyone's thinking like me or like my family, they'd probably just leave them alone. Let them shout whatever they want to shout, and then and if they ever do anything like actually start like lynching people or something, then I would assume the police would step in and do something about it.
These guys.
But if they're just shouting and like propagating the hate speech kind of thing, I don't think they'll step in and do anything.
The fucking like I was saying with the Patriot Front. The main difference between them is that these guys are much more outward branding with it, where the Patriot Front, it was like they always said they're not a hate group, and then all the videos of like them behind the scenes and shit came out that they were a hate group. And the only difference is that Patriot Front is actually going out and doing the marches, fucking walking up and down streets, fucking finding people to attack and shit. They are actually going out and doing that, where these guys are just starting in the same way that they're just standing around. They're not marching around yet. Mm-hmm. But it's still that they're flying the symbol and that they're preaching the fucking gospel of what that symbol means. Like, that is not okay. This isn't a religious group. This isn't like fucking LGBT pride or any shit. This is Nazis. These are Nazis.
You're right about that.
I can't stress that enough. These are some of the worst human beings in history. In history.
Well, James, thanks for
they should not be allowed to just have this symbol openly.
If you enjoyed, you can subscribe. And it will be doing this every Sunday is when the Crab Chute episodes come out. If you like James, you can find him in the you can find him in the description below. I'm gonna go eat first, and then we can maybe do something. I'm kind of hungry. But after that, we can play some Payday. Anyway, though, I think that's it from me. Bring us out, James.
So yeah, I've been doing FNAF streams and